I have a friend of mine who sends me emails that she uses voice dictatype to compose and send to me. And every time I get them, I have to fight my way through to figure out what on earth is she trying to say. I think it really matters how you look on paper. Now, I appreciate a friend sending another friend an email. It probably doesn't matter. But every time I get one of those emails from her, I think, gosh, I really hope you're not doing this with your clients, because it's ruining your image. It's ruining your credibility, and it's ruining the way you look on paper. And someone may decide not to do business with you just because of that. If it's been 5 years or more since you've taken a business writing course, you need to take a business writing course. The reality is the rules have changed, and what they don't do is send you out a memo letting you know that the rules have changed. And the problem with following the wrong rules is you look out of date, you potentially look old, or you look sloppy. And none of those are probably the image that you want to have. Now, I may be older than I'd like to be, but I never want to look old. I never want to look sloppy. If someone's thinking about hiring me as a professional, I need to have everything fixed. So whether you own your own business or not, you can't afford to look sloppy on paper. So one of the most important things, and the one I wish my friend would follow, is proofreading. And if it's a really important document, have someone else proofread it. Don't rely on your word processing to proofread that. We know that everything falls through the cracks on that. As a matter of fact, there are free online editors that you can use, and throw your information into an editor and make sure that it makes sense. But don't just assume that the way you speak is the way that you should type and read it that way, because you might be really confusing your customer. Another thing that's really good to know that a lot of people don't know is when you're finishing one sentence and you're moving to the next, the way that you end the sentence. Now, I went to high school in the 80s, and yes, I did take typing back then, and I learned to type, period, space, space, type, space, space. Space, space is incorrect. It is just one space. Now, many of you, whatever software you're using, will actually automatically get rid of that second space for you. But if you go through and actually put in the space, space, 2 spaces after a period before the next sentence, you're going to look completely out of date. And that's probably not the image that you want to be sending. So make sure you get rid of that spacing. Also, potentially the grammar that you took back in your high school days is not the grammar that they're teaching now. For instance, commas have completely changed. When I went to high school, commas were not the thing. We were told to not use commas, and if we used too many commas, we would lose a mark every time we used an inappropriate comma. But as a matter of fact, things have gone to court now because of inappropriate comma use. So if I were to write the sentence, I like my sandwiches with peanut butter, comma, jam and banana, that's how I was taught to write it. Peanut butter, comma, jam and banana. You would never use a comma in front of an and. Well, now that's incorrect. It's I would like my sandwiches to have peanut butter, comma, jam, comma, and banana, indicating that's 3 different types of sandwiches. In court, I'd like to leave all my money to Christopher, comma, Patrick and Victoria. That means Chris gets half and Patrick and Victoria get the other half. Is that really the message that you're trying to send? So do you matter how you look on paper? Absolutely you do. Make sure that you take the time to proofread, that you follow the current writing styles, and you keep yourself up to date so that your clients have faith that you're keeping them up to date too. My challenge this week, go back and look at your writing. How do you look on paper? Do you look like you're from this year, this century, this millennium? Or are you hurting yourself by not looking that way?